we started the film, we know the story was a clash of cultures.
Excellent.
And we wanted to try and polarise the two civilizations.
The age of stone is over. Long live the age of bronze.
We got really excited about doing all those different elements, obviously the Stone Age and the Bronze Age, which makes a really good backdrop.
It's a story about a bunch of cavemen who have a great injustice happen to them. A beautiful, bucolic, lovely, fruitful valley is taken away from them from someone who just wants to exploit it for the bronze.
Oggy, oggy, oggy!
It's about a bunch of underdogs who fight a mighty empire. So it's Stone Age against Bronze Age.
We are using this big studio. We're shooting right up to the edges. We will be using every square inch. Certainly the most ambitious thing we've ever done. That idea of two civilizations meeting, the Stone Age and the Bronze Age,
What?
was actually really important. I mean, when Nick started, it was all set in the Stone Age, like 1 million years BC. They were just a bunch of people clubbing each other. And I'm very happy that, in fact, the idea grew from that, because just visually and dramatically, the Bronze Age has given us such amazing opportunities.
The rabbits are forging back!
I've worked with Nick several times over the last 20 years, and what was very exciting on this project was, as a complete change of era and epoch even, it was just such a massive departure. He really wanted to keep this film incredibly epic.
It's bigger than we've ever been before in terms of locations. Every time you go into a new set, it's kind of eye-wateringly gorgeous.
In the valley, I think we raided just about every leaf-making company. It's very labour-intensive, the greenery. They're all handmade trees, and they've been made with a sort of initial wooden inside and use insulation pipe and stuff to get them sort of bulging and wrap them around and glue them on, and then we make moulds of bark texture. Textures are everything. The further back you go, you can reduce your texturing, but as you come close to camera, you're trying to get really authentic looks.
Rabbit surprise tonight!
For this film, we've really sort of tried to push the world out as big as we can.
You get the sense that, you know, sun has baked the rock and it's peeled away, and, you know, that gives us a lot of ageing.
You're supposed to attack the bull. No, not weapons.
It then becomes a bit more sophisticated as we go into the Bronze Age.
Hello.
Huh? Doug lives in the valley with his troop of cavemen. Then one day, out of nowhere, the Bronze Age come, who are living just up the road without them knowing it, and completely flatten where they live. Doug randomly finds himself taken into the world of the Bronze Age, and what he sees is, like, pretty astounding. It's they've been living sort of next door to this new age of technology, of industry.
Get out of the way!
Nick, they're a lot of fun when Doug comes into the Bronze Age world.
Very handy for opening bottles, too.
First of all, he sees everyday life in the streets,
Sliced bread, wow.
which is an excellent opportunity for 50 gags.
That's the best thing since, well, ever.
There's the most ridiculously technical set of doors, and then there's this boss on the door that spins, all these locks come in, and it all sort of comes together, and then the guard puts a slide bolt across at the end. You know, that's sort of classic Aardman, these sort of ridiculous humour.
With the Bronze Age, they're sort of like this culture, an empirical force. The technocrats, they're the ones with the new technology. Bronze is their thing.
Oh, how I love it.
Ooh. And so we are really looking to pull them apart and actually overemphasize that bronzeness.
It's industrialised, it's modern, I suppose you'd say it's capitalist.
Voluntary contribution. Everyone has to pay. Voluntary contribution. Hey, she hasn't voluntarily contributed.
Our prehistoric tribe is simpler, they're self-sufficient.
Ow! Ow! Ah!
They're working within their environment.
We didn't really have to stick with any sort of historical accuracy because we're storytelling at the end of the day. We want to make the best and the funniest film that we can possibly make. And it's extremely funny to have these two periods set side by side, Stone Age and Bronze Age.
Oh, that's good.
And that, in the end, gave us quite a lot of freedom to do what we liked. We had to sort of invent an architecture for the Bronze Age. It's sort of the natural sort of look of early dwellings in this sort of part of the world was sort of Saxon architecture. It basically was thatched with whatever you could and stone and wood construction. But we wanted to try and get a feeling of something like a proper empire. It couldn't be as recent as Roman or Greek. It had to feel older than that. You'll see in the architecture behind me that all the windows and openings of the buildings are sloping, and this sort of harks at a sort of a much more ancient world of the Egyptians and the Mesopotamians architecture, but at the same time we wanted to bring it into that Saxon sort of British, Northern European sort of look.
What an idea!
The stadium itself, it's sort of set up at the beginning like a gladiator's arena, so it needed to be intimidating and massive compared to everything else.
There's the world actually within the stadium. There are some big scenes full of people. And those have been particularly challenging, of marrying the stop frame world with the digital world.
Let's do it! Oh, well, this is interesting.
For the first part of the film, you don't know anything about football in theory.
What's that crazy fruit he's got?
This football icon became very important in the film. You've got basically a circular football which was made up of hexagons. That was, again, another theme that we took through all the designs.
It's been very important to us that, you know, football fans buy into it. But it doesn't come across as a sports movie, as a football movie, but is universal.
Right, let's go kill something.
It's about a bunch of underdogs who fight a mighty empire against all odds to get what's theirs back.
For the Valley!
Football is the vehicle for that, really.
She shoots! She scores!
Every film we do, we push the animators, we push the art department, and we push the camera department. We want to go one better each time, and I think with Early Man we're certainly going bigger and better than we have ever before.
Oh, it's been a very exciting project. I mean, it's one of the best things we've made. Again, you know, we've achieved an amazing amount with very small resources, really. That always makes me very proud of what we achieved. This epic look that Nick was after from the beginning. It's just lovely being in something that in itself is an iconic institution.